Alrighty, hello and welcome. Let me put this in slideshow view. I realize now. From beginning. Alright, so this week's topic was ownership and creativity, or creative freedoms in gamification, done by myself, Malik Shah. Next slide. Sorry, I tried to press the button. So again, just a quick overview of what I'm doing. It's gamification for working out. I want people to work out. I don't need them to be ripped or perfect, just healthy. A lot of people, when they think working out, they think ripped body, they think glistening pecs. No, I don't need you to be the pinnacle of human life forms. Just healthy and happy. Okay, so first, ownership. What is it? This is the textbook definition: the act, state, or right of possessing something. Typically, when when people possess ownership of something, they value it more, even if it's something small or something they don't like. If it's theirs, there's a more value related to it. 3 examples I think would be good for my gamification of working out would be personalization avatars, because you working out, you getting that I don't know, let's say crazy hoodie or really nice sneakers or fancy sweatband. That's something you work to get. That's yours now. You own it. That ownership makes you love it more. Even if 5 other people have it, yours is better because you own yours. Pets and companions, hence why my little picture's a pet, because lots of people like pets and companions. A little off topic, but a game I play a lot, League of Legends, they have these companion little legends, they call them, that you can have, and they are in 2 game modes, the one that they're designed for and the one that they're not designed for, and they were going to get removed from the one they weren't designed for because of clarity. They want people to see the game better. They want people to be able to react to the right things and not seeing the little legends. People actually got up in arms because they really like their pets and companions, and that just shows like the value of a pet or companion is way more than what people think it is. People always kind of josh it off and say it's not that big a deal, but pets and companions are really big for people because not only is that ownership, that's something you take care of now. This isn't a chia pet or whatever they're called, so you're not going to be feeding it or anything, but a pet and a companion in this case could be like a little workout buddy, like maybe a dog. Whenever you do runs, the dog runs with you. Maybe the dog does sit-ups or like a cute little animation whenever you did sit-ups for a day. Things like that. Things that just show that it's lively. And then collection sets, or the gotta catch 'em all. So for this one, that's like your medals. So if I'm big on arms, I'm like arms every day, all day, and I see that there's medals you can collect, and I'm doing arms every week, and I already do arms every week. I'm like, I might as well collect these medals. You know, I'm gonna get arms king, arm master, arm champion, arm god, arm deity, all these like arm titles I can get because it's a set, it's a collection I can get, or maybe it's a collection of clothing. Like, oh, if you do these many miles in a week, you get different unlocks of clothing. Like, I'm gonna do these miles, get these cool sweatpants, and like just being able to collect. In this case, clothing, or in other cases, titles. Those would be the 2 big ones that would be collection: titles and clothing. Just being able to collect that it shows something, because now you go to the gym every day. You typically wear something new. Typically because you sweat. But in this case, you can wear something new with your avatar now, and it's like, wow, dude, you always wear something different when you go to the gym. How? Not the gym. Your avatar's always wearing something different when you go to the gym. Like, because I collect all the stuff. I did that. I own it now, and so I can change my avatar's outfit just about as often as I change my own. And that's just that. It feeds into that ownership where it's like, I own this, I possess it, I love this thing now. On to the next one. Creative freedom. So creative freedom is based on the idea of free thinking and adopting an approach that is outside the box. So in the case of like the example that we were given with Grand Theft Auto, people always say Grand Theft Auto is a great game, open world, you can do whatever you want. But you really can't do whatever you want, but people think you can do whatever you want because of how open-ended a lot of the stuff is. And so the way I would, I guess, express creative freedom in a game that is really kind of closed-minded, I guess, that is really kind of closed-minded, is giving like real-time choices in that of maybe You can choose your workouts. You don't have to get driven, because a lot of workout apps give you like set workouts, like, hey, do these things, these will make you feel better, or these make you look better. Maybe you're a guy who really likes to do arms. You're tired of these apps that tell you to do legs and your abs and run this many times. Like, oh, I just want to do arms, so I'm gonna make my own choices. I'm gonna put in only arms, and it gives me a bunch of workout options for arms, and I'm like, I'm gonna choose these options because I like these ones, and you do those workout options. It gives you that freedom of choice. It makes you feel like you're out there, you're doing it yourself. You got that free roam ability, so to speak. And then instant and dynamic feedback, another one I think is great, because imagine getting done with your workout and you put it in your app, done. And then the app just puts done on the list. That's it. And then you got your instant dynamic feedback, where it's like you put done, you tell the app like, okay, app's like, hey, how much did you do? I did 50 push-ups and I did 20 squats and I did this too. Okay, app calculates how much that is. You lost this many calories, you burnt this much fat, you've jogged this many kilometers. That equals, let's say, X city blocks. Maybe it tells you like, oh, that's like 4 football fields or something like that. It gives you all this like dynamic and instant feedback, letting you know like, hey, you accomplished something. This is what you've done. And the milestone unlocks is the last one I chose. There's another one, like power ups and stuff, which I think would be cool if you did one of those, or if I did one of those. I don't want to say gamification apps, because that's what we're doing, but like there's a way you can do it where it's like your character, your avatar, isn't just your workout of version of you or something like that. It's like a knight or something, and so you unlock abilities, and so it's like an actual game that you're playing on the side, and you doing your workout and abilities give you abilities in the game and things like that. I kind of shied away from that. That's why I chose milestone unlocks, where like you can unlock different milestones, kind of what I went over with like the workout king and stuff like that, where doing a certain amount of exercises maybe unlocks a milestone, and then doing that exercise unlocks another milestone, and things of that nature, where it kind of like progresses forward, and it feels like you're open, kind of got this open thing, because you don't got to do that milestone today. You can do that milestone tomorrow and do this milestone today, and you got all these different milestones that you can accomplish. It really gives you that feeling of open-endedness or open worldness, whatever word you want to use, and allows you to just feel like you're really accomplishing whatever you want to accomplish. You don't feel like you're tied down to arms. You're like, oh, I can do legs today, and I'm gonna do back tomorrow, and I'm gonna do cardio the next day, and you got this freedom, so to speak. And so, in my conclusion, what I believe, what I would believe with the best motivational methods of the 3 that I chose would be instant and dynamic feedback, because I think getting that feedback, that instant feedback, saying, yo, you did this many things, you burnt this many calories, you did this much fat burn, you did this much in distance, like things like that, that just feels good. Knowing like the equivalency, maybe just as a what if, I guess. If I was to make the app, maybe I can give you run distance and distance to planets. That'd be pretty cool in terms of like, oh, you ran this far, that's about this far from the moon. And then when you get to the moon, maybe it's like, oh, you've ran to the moon by this point. And that's cool. That's something that people would actually probably find pretty cool, because runners who actually love running would see that goal, like, oh, can I run to Mars? Can I run to, I don't know, Jupiter? Probably not. But point is, they'd have a field day with it, so to speak. And that instant dynamic feedback, that ownership of like, I own that. I did this. I got to this, would feel really good. And then, personalization avatars. I said ownership, and I realized that's creative freedom. But personalization avatars, I feel like that's just the best thing you can have for a workout app, even if it's one of those like game apps, because just being able to personalize your avatar, people love that. People love personalization. People love avatars. I have friends who collect things on games just to collect them, transmogs in like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. People love that ability to customize themselves. And me not being one of those people, I see that still, and I understand that is a thing that people really love, and I think it'd be great, and especially in a workout app, because like you put yourself into the app essentially. So whatever you think is cool, you're gonna wear it. People might see it, and if they do see it, they they love it, and they tell you, hey, how'd you get that? Where'd you get that from? Like, well, I own it because I did this, and this, or maybe you purchased it from an in-game store, whatever the case may be. That allows you to feel like some ownership. It allows you to really feel like, hey, this is mine. I got it from doing this, and only I own it, or only select few people own it because those people had to do this thing. It was a difficult task. That's why only us own it, because we're good at this thing, and that's why we own it. And so I feel like those two things, instant and dynamic feedback for the creative freedom, creative freedom, and then personalization is like the best for my app. I could argue for this one, the dynamic and instant feedback, the whole game thing, and also milestones. Those two are, you could definitely argue. But I definitely think instant dynamic feedback is really good when it comes to working out, because when I get done on my treadmill, seeing, oh, you lost this much, you burnt this much fat, this many calories is burned, it just feels good. It's like, yeah, I burned more calories than I did yesterday. That feedback, that instant dynamic feedback, it tells me all the little things. It feels good. And so I definitely think that's one of the, or these two are the two of the best ones you could have. But other than that, thank you for listening. I will not hold you up any longer. Have a nice day, and goodbye.